Okay, so kind of the second phase here. I know this is going to be kind of tough to see. Let me see if I can pull this out for now. I had already put it away for the day. All right, so lumber to build your smoker box. I know I'm too close here, but what you want to get is 3 sheets of 4x8 OSB board, and then I grabbed 8 2x4s, 8 foot long. So what we're gonna do here, or what I already did, I guess, the OSB board, I just had Home Depot cut it down for me, and I had them do a 3 foot section, and then that leaves you with 5 feet. So my box is gonna be 5 feet long by 3 feet wide. This one's 4 feet tall. I kind of messed up. I think last year I had them cut it down to 3 feet. I think I'm just gonna leave it at 4 feet. I forgot about it, and I've already attached my 2x4s and everything and all the tinfoil, so I'll probably just leave it. It's an extra 15 square feet of volume to heat, but I'll just use another 20 pounds of charcoal and get it done. So the OSB board, after it's cut, easiest thing you can do is take your tinfoil, buy the heavy duty aluminum foil. Don't get the cheap stuff, it'll tear faster. Line it, and I use a staple gun, and I just start, throwing staples in all over the place. And then what we've got here, after the aluminum foil goes on, these are just hanger brackets, like 2x4 hanger brackets. I put these on, measure where I go 18 inches down from the top, leaving me a little over 2 feet up, so that the pig isn't too close to the heat source. So you can see the top coming down. Put these in. I just use little 3/4 inch tech screws, so that you don't have a bunch of screws protruding from the side of your smoker box later on. But you're going to want to put these on, and I used a chalk line just to get a nice easy line to follow. But measure the distance between, because obviously it has to match up on the other side, so that you can put, what I use is just a 1/4 inch metal conduit, or 1/2 inch, whatever you got, it doesn't matter. All in all, the lumber, the aluminum foil, the screws, everything cost me about $80 to build the box. Kind of a little bit expensive, but I mean, if you're gonna pay $250 for a whole hog, you might as well do it right. So, so what I do here on these corners is I'll go to the top here. I make an L bracket with my 2x4s. I just nail them in, and that acts as my corner post. Now, on the length here, I just put a couple scrap 2x4s in, and then I tie this 5-foot 2x4 all the way across to give me extra support at the top. The bottom's usually fine. I'll probably put a cross support in just for a little extra strength, but usually the bottom does just fine. But that top piece can get, I don't know, it can get a little wobbly if you don't have that extra support up there, especially once you put the, excuse me, once you put the cover on it. Now, the tinfoil, you can, I've got single layer up top here, and then down at the bottom I've got a double layer because it's going to be closer to the heat source. I was a little worried last year, I was watching it, thinking that, I might ignite some of this wood, cooking with charcoal, it's for 8-9 hours, things like that. It can be a little worrisome, but the tinfoil actually held up really, really well. So it does a pretty good job. I put the reflective side facing in towards the smoker box. I don't know if that really makes much of a difference, but whatever. The only other thing with this box, I don't have it fully assembled yet because it's 4th of July, still about 5 days out. I don't want to leave it out there and have the wind blow it around or anything like that. So my other 3-foot pieces, I can find them over here. Oh, there's my boy. That's my top piece. I had him cut that a little bigger. Last year I definitely screwed the pooch on that one and made it same size as the box. Well, you want your lid to be bigger, otherwise it falls in. So that's 5.5 feet long by 4 feet wide. I had him leave the entire 4 feet. So plenty of size on that one. These are my little 3-foot pieces I got sitting back here. They're lined. One of them you're going to anchor in to those L brackets, but the other one you want to leave. You don't want to anchor it into the L brackets, because what you're going to end up doing with these things is, yeah, here he wants to go mow. One of them will be anchored in, like in the back one there. If this was my front side, you're going to allow it to just slide right in, because you need to be able to take that off so that you can shovel more wood in. And so that's kind of the easiest thing. Actually, now that I'm looking at this front side, I may end up, what I think I ended up doing last time was cutting. I kind of cut this down center. I stripped it, that 1 2x4, so that made it a little bit easier. And then I just put a brace across the top. I'll show that later in the next video. But this is kind of where we're at with aluminum foil, the hanger brackets, the conduit sitting in the back. I put that in later, but until usually the day before I finish assembly and I put it on the bricks out in the sand. So it's a large volume to heat. It's a lot of square feet, but I think we were a little worried about it last year, but we went through 80 pounds of charcoal, and that cooked a 120-pound pig. So it does tend to keep temperature a little bit better than you think it would once you got it all sealed up, everything coated with that aluminum foil. But that's where we're at in the box. Remember, for your wood, 3 sheets of OSB, 5 foot by 3 foot wide. You can cut it down to 3 foot tall if you want to. I'd probably recommend that. I just forgot to do it this year. This will be that much more charcoal I'll have to use now. And then you want 8 2x4s. What do you got going on, bud? What, a bug? Oh no! What is it? We got it. Toughen up. Okay, so 3 sheets of OSB, 8 2x4s, and then the 3/4 inch screws for your hanging brackets, and then staple gun and tinfoil, and you should be good. All right, next video coming up later.